G'day guys, my name's Nick and welcome back to another video. So as a four-wheel driver, a camper and also a mechanic by trade, I use LED lights pretty much every single day of my life. So whether it's a head torch at work, a flashlight around home or even a little lantern when I'm camping, LED lighting definitely plays a huge role in my hobby and also my work. So when I was approached by OLIGHT, I jumped at the opportunity to test out some of their lights. So OLIGHT has sent me out 3 different lights today to test. So what we've got is an I5R EOS flashlight, an Array 2S head torch, we have an Obulb MC, and these are like a sling for the Obulb and a little Santa cover for the Obulb, which should be pretty cool to check out. So what I'll do now guys is just do a bit of an unboxing, get all these unboxed, and I'll show you guys exactly what you get in the kit and talk you through some of the details. Alrighty guys, so this is everything unboxed now out of the I5R EOS flashlight kit. So this is actually a pretty nice size flashlight. It's something you could easily keep in the car or in your pocket. It's actually quite a nice size and it looks really high quality. Like the fittings and everything look really high quality. The LED's in the center of the lens, which is perfect. It means it's going to project light really well. And we just need to take a little protective film off in the back of this little flashlight. So we can start using it. So we'll just pop that little film out, put the back on, and then we should be able to charge it up and start using it. So this is everything you get with the Array 2S head torch. So you get a couple of little clips for retaining the wire, you get a charging cable and a user manual. And this is everything you get in the Obulb MC kit. So you get the little Obulb, you get a badge, you get a charging dock, and you get 2 little googly eyes. You also get a user manual. And these are some extras that they've sent out to me to test. So you've got like a little sling and you've also got a little Santa Claus cover. So what we need to do now is charge up all of these lights and get them fully charged before we test them out. So I'm just charging all the batteries in the LED lights now off my secondary battery with my little electrical box here. So I've got a couple of USB sockets in here and I'm charging all 3 lights at once. So there is a couple of different ways that these torches charge. Alrighty guys, so for the I5R torch, you just unscrew the back, pull the battery out, and then the charge cable for the battery actually goes into the side of the battery here. So I've never seen this ever before. I think it's a pretty cool idea. So basically you don't need to plug it into the torch, so there's no external ports, so it's still really waterproof. So basically the battery has a little socket there. You plug it in and then there's a little LED light in the top there, and this is a rechargeable lithium battery, so this is going to last forever and it's going to run that torch for a really long time. So I think that's a pretty cool idea and it's definitely something that I've never seen before. So the Obulb actually has a pretty cool way of charging. So it's got your standard USB socket on this end, and then on the bottom it's actually got a magnetic snap-on charger. So basically you can just snap that on quite easily. So on the bottom here is a little red light, and when that's fully charged, that'll change to green, so you know that it's all fully charged and it's ready to go. So the Array 2S head torch has a USB charger as well, just like all the other lights, and it has this little screen down here which shows you when it's charging and when it's fully charged. So while those batteries are charging, I'll talk you through some of the technical specs on the I5R torch. So this torch is IPX8 rated. So what that means is this torch can be fully submerged underwater for longer than half an hour and have no issues. It's also impact resistant to 1.5 meters, and it can put out about 64 meters in length worth of light. So it is also 150 lumens on the high output and 15 on the low, and you can get 170 minutes on the high output out of it or 37 hours on the low. That's pretty impressive. So that's some pretty cool little specs from this torch. It's also a very compact little torch which you could pretty much take with you anywhere. So now I'll talk you through some of the technical specs on the Obulb. So in its high mode, it can put out 75 lumens and last around 3 hours. In the low mode, it can put out 3.5 lumens and last around 40 hours. So in the color fantasy mode, it can put out around 3 to 7 lumens and it also lasts around 7 hours. It's also impact resistant to 1.5 meters and it's IPX7 rated. So what this means is the Obulb can be submerged in water for up to half an hour. It's a nice compact design and it is really light as well. So now I'm going to talk you through some of the tech specs on the Array 2S head torch. So it does come with a 2-year warranty, which is really good. And these are the tech specs. So the head torch actually has heaps different settings that you can play with depending on how you want to use the torch. So it is impact resistant to 1 meter. It is IPX4 rated, which means you can wear it in heavy rain and have no issues. You just can't fully submerge it in water. So it has about 140 meters of light projection, which is really good. And these are some of the different modes that we can go through. So we've got flood and spot, floodlight, or red light. So all of these different settings will affect the battery usage all differently, which you can see there, all the different times that it can last on different settings. So if you want to pause the video, you can have a bit of a read through there, but I won't go through them all. Okay guys, so the charge times for the torches are, for the Obulb, it takes 1.5 hours to charge, which is really good. For the I5R torch, it takes 3.5 hours to fully charge that battery. And for our Array 2S head torch, it takes about 4.5 hours to fully charge that battery. Now those ratings are at 5 volts and 1 amp. So if you did have a 2.1 amp fast charger, it will probably charge those batteries a little bit quicker. So what I'm going to do guys is let these torches charge for a little bit longer and we'll test them out at night. So let's go. Okay guys, so it's night time now, and now we can test out these lights and see exactly how bright they are. So I've just got my lights in the back of my tailgate on now. It's just up there. So what I'll do is I'll just get, maybe we'll start with the OLIGHT, flick that on, the high output mode, and I'll turn my LED light off up here. There we go. And you can see the light that that's putting out now. It's pretty damn bright. So it's got a magnet on the back, so you can, you know, stick it up here, anywhere that's metal, and it lights up your whole boot. So that's pretty cool. So it's pretty damn bright as well. You could stick it up here, get a bit more light out the back of the car, or you can also change through the colours as well. So this has heaps of different colours. So you got a red, which is really good for keeping those bugs away. So if you just want to light up the back of the car, you can use the red light and that'll deter the bugs. Or you also have a heap of other cool lights which you can use. Bit of a disco. And this is the colour changing mode. So it actually changes through the colours, which is pretty cool. How awesome's that? And it can run on that colour changing mode for up to 7 hours, I think it said, which is pretty sick. So I'm pretty stoked with this little Obulb. I think that's like probably the coolest light out of the lot. I think that's pretty cool. So on this low setting, I think it said it could last like over 30 hours or something, which is crazy. So it's perfect for like, you know, reading, or in the back of the car if you're camping, or in the tent, stuff like that, or even a perfect light for the kids. So it does come with these little accessories as well, which you can use. So you can put your little Santa Claus on there, and it makes like a little Christmas ornament. We've also got this little Obulb sling. So there's it in the sling, so you can see the sling there, so you could, you know, have it on your wrist, whatever, if you're camping, or if you're going to a festival, or, you know, if you're just mucking around outside, you can have it on a sling, walk around with it. It's pretty cool. Now you've got a decent amount of light. If you go to the high setting, you've got enough light to, you know, walk around camp, see where you're going. It's actually pretty cool. So I really like that. So yeah, you got all the different colours to muck around with. Flashing red or off, so that's pretty cool. Just flick this light back on. So maybe we'll test out this little flashlight now, the I5R flashlight, and we'll see how bright it is. So this is quite a small flashlight, like it's pretty compact, so we'll see. Alright, so that's the low setting. Is that a decent amount of light? Now we'll try the high setting. Jeez, for a little light, that's pretty damn good, to be honest. Like, it's lighting up a decent amount in front of you. You can see exactly where you're going for such a small light. That's really cool, actually. Very cool. Packs a punch, that's for sure. So yeah, that's pretty impressive for such a small light. So there you go. It's the I5R little torch, compact little torch. That's pretty awesome. Now it's time for the head torch, so I'll pop this on my head and show you guys some of the features. Alrighty guys, so it's time to test out the headlamp now. So you've got a bunch of different settings that you can use, and the basic one is you just, press the button once, it'll flick on. So there you go, you get the high output mode, which is really good. So that's the high output mode. When we press the button again, that's the low output mode. Double click it, you get the spot. Now you get the red light. So you can see the red light there, which is awesome for keeping the bugs away, but also means that you can still see what you're doing. We've got the flood there, which has a good amount of spread. Then you can put both on, so that's the flood and the spread beam, which puts out a really good amount of light. Like for a head torch, it's pretty impressive. You can see exactly what you're doing, exactly where you're going. So that's perfect. And it also does have hand controls, so you can swipe your hand across and it'll dim, or swipe it the other way and it will make it bright as well. So there you go. So that's both the spot and the spread on. How cool is that? And then whatever setting you're in, you just press the button on top once and it'll go back to that exact setting that you're on before. So it does have an SOS thing as well, so you press it 3 times. So if you're ever in trouble, you can put the SOS on, which will flash 3 times. And yeah, like I said before, so you got your different settings. That's the spot and flood. Red light there. Then you got just your flood, and then just your spot, and then your red, and then to make it brighter you can hold down the button, which will make it bright or dim depending on how bright or dim you want the light to be. So you can pretty much just muck around with the settings and get it perfectly set up exactly how you want it, and uses all various different types of battery amounts depending on how bright you got the light. So I think on the brightest one it lasts a couple of hours, which is really good. So yeah, that's pretty impressive. Really good light. So it does have the swipe control, so on the front when you've got it in any setting, like say this one, you can swipe across. You might not pick it up now because it's on there, but you can swipe across and it will change. So you can see there it flicked on the other one, and then it turns it off. So you can flick it on, turn it off. You can also make it brighter or dimmer by swiping across the front there too. So that's a pretty cool little feature. You don't even have to touch it. You can just swipe your arm across if you're busy cooking or something, you got your hands full. You just swipe your arm across or swipe something across in front of you, make it brighter or make it darker, or you can turn on both by going across and the other way as well. And then one click and it turns off. So I think that's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool light. Like, it's got heaps of different settings and modes and stuff you can play with, and I like that addition of the red light. So as you can see in the back here, I've got the red light, which deters bugs when you're camping. This head torch also has the red light built in, so that means that when you're cooking or doing stuff outside, to save all the bugs coming around you, you can flick on that red light. That red light there. And when you've got the red light on, it's going to deter those bugs, but you'll still be able to see really well what you're doing. So it's quite a good option and quite a good feature to have that red light as well. So there you go guys, that is the Obulb. Got the I5R flashlight, and you've also got the Array 2S head torch. So overall, I think these are some really high quality lights, and I think they will last a long time and stand the test of time. So I think this little Obulb is really cool. I love the addition of the magnet. You can just stick it wherever, it's pretty versatile, and all the different colors, and there's heaps of different accessories on the website for these things as well. So perfect for kids or for camping. It's a really versatile little light. And this little flashlight, it definitely packs a punch. In that high mode, it's pretty damn bright. And I'm actually surprised how much light it actually puts out for such a small flashlight, And the addition of this thing is it's fully waterproof. You can put this thing underwater for, you know, more than half an hour and it's going to last. So it's pretty cool. And also the Array 2S head torch, you know, pretty versatile. It's got heaps of different settings. It's got that red light built in, which is an awesome addition. It's got a really good battery on it, so it's going to last a long time, and it's going to be a really good addition to your camping, or if you're a mechanic like me, you know, you'll be able to use this at work and take it camping as well. It'll be pretty versatile. So I'm pretty stoked with all these lights. Really happy with them. I think they're really high quality lights, and yeah, if you want to check them out, you can jump over to the OLIGHT website, which I'll drop down in the description and in the comments below, so you can check all the info out about these lights. So OLIGHT is running a mega online sale for one night, so you'll be able to jump onto the website and save a heap of cash on all of these different lights. And also I have a 10% off discount code, so you can save a little bit more money off any of those items that aren't discounted already. So I'll drop that down in the description and the comments below so you guys can check it out. So if you did enjoy today's video, guys, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more four-wheel driving, accessory fitting, maintenance and review videos. Cheers, guys.